Hi everybody, I wanted to talk to you today about something. I'm backlit by the window. I thought it'd be nice to look out the window, but you see the light coming in instead, and then my bookshelf. Oh well. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about weight loss. It's not that easy, but let me start at the beginning. It's the best I can. I'm not a small person. I never have been. I don't come from small people. We're all kind of on the large size, both my mother's side and my father's side. So, but I also come from people that have longevity, despite being on the hefty side. So for me, I've struggled with my weight, I would say, since puberty. That's usually when it happens. And I can remember having quite a traumatic event when I was 12 years old, and I had a bikini on, a modest bikini, like a child has at 12 years old, and being whistled at or yelled at from people that went by thinking I was sexy. And that really scared me, and it terrified me. So I remember I never wore that bathing suit again. We had a pool, so I had a bathing suit on. It wasn't anything to write home about. So since then, since that time, I have struggled with my weight. I have gained, I have lost, and then I gain, and I gain some more. I have tried every single diet on the planet. I have given up food that some of you would never even think about giving up, and this is the God honest truth. I don't drink soda. I don't eat lots of sugary stuff. I haven't had sugar stuff probably in 15 years, but my weight still was going up and up. That was I just wouldn't stop. And so this is, I'm sharing my journey with you. So probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, I found this breathing type meditation. And I did this faithfully many nights as I fell asleep. And so it was a prayer of releasing this energy, because that's more the way I looked at it, was like this excess baggage I was carrying around. And let's backtrack a little bit. I was pretty healthy. If you looked at my blood work was always fine. I did have thyroid issues. I still have thyroid issues, but I mean, my health-wise, my blood work was always good. I do have back issues. I have had back injuries, neck injuries. Nothing out of the ordinary. This happens to anybody. It had nothing to do with my weight. Those things happen to people. You know, that's not uncommon. You know, a lot of thin people have back aches. A lot of people have injuries, you know. I was no less. I was very active, so I had injuries. I got a back injury, I got neck injuries. Yeah, I fell off my horse, whacked my head. Several concussions falling, hitting my head, you know, and so I got neck injuries. Had nothing to do with my weight. Back, same thing, you know, back injuries happen. We lift this, we fall, we slip on ice, go over backwards. Things happen, and that happened to me too. It didn't matter. It had nothing to do with my weight, just accidents that happen to a lot of people. So these things happened to me in my life, and so hopefully I can get back on track here, because I think it's really important to share. So I was basically healthy, but I was termed morbidly obese, and I got to the point where I was more than what morbidly obese. I don't like the term. People said I shouldn't say about that myself, but clinically, that's what I would be called. And clinically, I am still considered morbidly obese. And I hate that term. And I also do not like, when people say they need to lose 10 to 30 pounds, and it's no different than somebody that needs to lose 100 pounds. That's bull crap. That's like comparing apples to oranges. That is a bunch of bull. That's just the way, that's just the diet industry trying to say, oh, if you're 10 pounds overweight, you need to lose weight. No, get a grip on yourself. Get a grip, people. That's 10 to 20 pounds. You're probably not overweight. That's just society saying you need to be a certain weight. That has nothing. If you're eating healthy, you're not eating a lot of crap, you're getting out and doing what you want to do, you're healthy, you can go rafting, you can go kayaking, you can go mountain hiking, and you think you need to lose weight, get a grip. There ain't a damn thing wrong with you. It's just society saying you need to be within a certain norm. Fuck the norms, you know what I mean? The norms can go out the window, because I don't give a crap about the norms. Seriously. The norms are meant for nothing. They have nothing to do with reality of the way people are. So anyway, I've searched. I've tried every single diet. I tried Weight Watchers. I tried this, I tried that. I get successful for a while, but they always left me feeling hungry. I always felt deprived. I couldn't have anything I wanted to have. So I went found this meditation about releasing and bringing in what you want and using your breath. And the main thing is using your breath. And so this helped me in many ways. Number one, I started breathing better because I learned how to breathe. So that helped me that way. And then through tarot, so this does tie into tarot if you're watching this for a tarot channel. Through tarot, and searching to find psychic fairs to do, I came across a health fair that was also doing tarot readings. So while I was doing tarot readings, I got to listen to a woman talk about how keto diet had changed her life. And this flipped everything I had ever been told on its head. Remember the food pyramid? And I think they still use it where the grains are on the bottom, vegetables are in the middle, fats on the top. Well, this flipped it upside down. This literally flipped it upside down. So you put the fats on the bottom, vegetables are still in the middle, they're still very important. The carbs and all that little stuff on the top. This young lady, and her mother was a diabetic. She herself had a disease she was born with that was slowly paralyzing her. She got on the keto. Her mobility started to improve. And in the process, she shed a lot of the weight. Her mother, who was a normal size, didn't have a weight issue but had diabetes, got on the keto diet, got off her type 2 diabetic meds. That was enough for me. And then I started to think, if anybody knows me, horses were a large part of my life when I was growing up, because I grew up on a dairy farm. Yes, a dairy farm. Everybody told me that dairy was bad for you. And there's a yes and a no to that answer. Depends on what you're getting. Just like anything. I grew up on a dairy farm, so horses were a part of my life. And so I had studied horse nutrition. And what we have done is we've domesticated horses, but their stomachs have not changed. And if anybody knows anything about horses, they are highly prone to colic. And that's because we put them on a feeding schedule. We give them hay and we give them grain. Their bodies weren't made to digest grain, number one. They were made to digest grasses, eating small amounts and grazing. So that's what horses were meant for them. And so because people couldn't put them in stalls, locked them up, took them away from the natural grassland. That makes them extremely prone to colic. So the best thing you can do is put a horse on a natural pasture. I'm talking natural. I'm not talking improved grasses. I'm talking like natural growth grasses, not hybrids. There's a difference. They get really healthy. And I'm thinking, what would my ancestors have been eating? Number one, they would have been eating raw dairy. That's the key. R-A-W, raw dairy. My mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, my grandparents were dairy farmers. My mother grew up on raw dairy. I used to help my grandma make butter, right? So that's a high-fat diet. So my ancestors were eating a high-fat diet. They were eating berries. They were not eating fruit. And they were not eating a lot of carbs. That would come in later as things got more modern. Then the high farming came in with the grains. Not that they didn't have some. I'm sure they had some grains. But that was not the mainstay of their diet. It was a high-fat, berries, and some nuts, because there is nuts, and I'm European ancestry, so we would have had like walnuts and beech nuts like we have here in New England. It would have been very similar. That's what my ancestors ate. And since that has happened, my life has totally changed. Now here comes a part that and I hope you're sticking with me through it and haven't given up. But here comes the thing that you get when you lose a large amount of weight. And I'm not going to give you the exact number, but it's over 100 pounds. And I'm still considered morbidly obese, but I don't give a crap about the labels. I give a crap about how I feel. But people come up to you and say, "Oh, you look so good. You look so great. You must feel so much better." I want to smack them. I literally want to smack them. Not with my face, but not with my hands, but like, why couldn't you say that when I was at my heaviest? Do you know how hard it is to carry a large amount of weight? Do you know how hard it is to struggle with that and keep a good face? Do you know how strong you fucking have to be to do that? Do you think I enjoy that? Why do you think I was trying every diet in the book and giving up foods that none of you would ever consider giving up? Seriously. It's a very thin line of what I will eat. Even now, it's a very, very thin line. That makes you feel like it makes you feel like you were never enough. That no matter how hard you work, how much effort you put in a job, you don't get recognized. Even now, I wouldn't get recognized. It doesn't matter. People treat you like crap. So you take off weight and people start noticing. People don't recognize me as anymore like they used to. My own cousin didn't recognize me walking across the field. And they treat you so different. All of a sudden, I'm more intelligent. All of a sudden, I'm smarter. And all of a sudden, everybody's really proud of me. Excuse me, I'm still the same person. I haven't changed. The only thing that's changed is maybe I have a little more self-confidence, because it's taken me 30, 40 years to figure out what kind of diet my body thrives on. But it's scary, it's terrifying, because I don't want to go back. This scares the hell out of me. But where was the encouragement you know, you're hanging in there, Heidi. You're doing each day, day after day. You're living each day. You're getting out and walking the best you can. I know it's a struggle for you, but I'm proud of you because you keep on keeping on. And I have a person that would not even give me the time of day, and she's a sister, would not give me the time of day. Now that I've lost weight, oh, she's so freaking nice to me. And it makes me sick. It makes me want to puke. Like, why do people do that to you? It's like suddenly I'm in the in crowd, and I was in the out crowd. Do you know how that makes you feel? So, like, the worst thing you could say to somebody, oh, you look so good, you must feel so wonderful. No, I don't feel all wonderful. I have back issues, and when you shift a lot of weight off of you, that changes how you walk, changes how you move, and let me tell you, it can hurt like hell. Literally, times I've lost weight, a large amount of weight, it hurts my back. I'm rambling, and I'm being really sincere, so I hope somebody stays through this because it's so important to understand that when you carry a large amount of weight, there is so much bigotry, prejudice, that I know exactly what it's like, feels like when you don't fit in. Because believe me, once you get over a certain weight, you don't fit in with nobody. You become invisible. And so when I lose weight, now suddenly I'm visible. Now I am being seen, basically. And that is in itself is terrifying. At least I have the self-esteem. Because I gave up caring about what other people thought about me years ago. I really did. So that gave me some self-esteem and self-confidence. But, you know, if you see somebody, you know somebody that is in the position that I am, be kind. Think about what you're going to say to them. Maybe they haven't reached any personal goals. Maybe they never will reach the goals. But that does not give you permission to be rude, to be insensitive, to say they're fat and lazy, that they don't give a shit about themselves. Those are all things I've been told. I've also been told, oh, you're so pretty. Too bad about the rest of you. You know how insulting that is? But it's more insulting when you've lost the weight and all of a sudden you have a family member that will speak to you. That is the most insulting thing in the world. And all the while you've been working your ass off, taking care of their mother, taking care of their mother's household, and you feel like you're sinking. And now that I've lost some weight, I'm expected to take on more responsibility, and I still feel like I'm sinking. And I'm holding on. So just because you lose weight, your problems don't just disappear. It's still there. They are still there. My neck issues are still there. I lost somebody that I thought of was a friend over neck issues because I was supposed to help with dental boards, and I really wanted to help her, but because of my neck issues, and because now when they take dental x-rays, they want you to put this huge thing in your mouth. I'm no deep throat, never have been, put this huge thing in your mouth. It put a lot of pressure on my neck. I felt something pop, and it hurt like hell, and I was in pain for 2 to 3 months. And I told this person who I thought was my friend, I can't physically do this for you. I felt bad. I gave her at least a month's notice, but at least I'm hoping she has a backup plan, something like that. When I went to hairdresser school, I had, a couple people in line if one person couldn't do it. My boards for that. She's not my friend anymore. Won't even talk to me. My mom's tried to talk to her. She won't get in touch with us or nothing. And she was helping me out. And then friendship was worth more than help she did. Now I don't even have that. Because your issues don't disappear just because you lose weight. The same things that you deal with do not disappear. It doesn't suddenly make you a better person. You're always the same person. You don't change. Maybe a little more self-confident. Some things do become easier, but you still struggle just as much. It's just different type of struggle, Like, I don't want to go, if I have a bite of cheesecake, regular cheesecake with sugar in it, just a bite, is that going to put the weight back on me? Is that going to send my body into a spiral? You feel like you're walking on a tightrope, that anything can throw you off and you go hurtling back down again, even if you don't put the weight on. Because like I said, your issues don't disappear. I know this has been a rant and a ramble, but I really hope that you stuck with it through me, because I think it's so important. We don't talk about weight and weight loss and the fallout from that. And that needs to be, I think it's something that needs to be discussed. So thank you for listening. As I've always, many blessings. Remember to be wild. Get out there, enjoy Mother Nature. Thank you.